Hi guys, welcome back to another video where today we're going to be taking a look at this Hot Wheels Rally Diorama box set, and we're going to be seeing if it's really worth the money or if it's another Mattel cash grab. But before we jump in, make sure to like, subscribe and turn notifications so you never miss a video. The Hot Wheels Rally Diorama box set. Now before its full release, especially in the UK scene, it did have quite a bit of hype building around it. And that is because the three cars used tend to be cult classics or fan favourites of the car scene over here. Although as nice as the car choice is, the hauler could have been a lot of a nicer pick, as they could have used an old Transit or Chevy from that era, but they chose the standard Hot Wheels Rally hauler. But like I mentioned, you can't be too mad given the car choice elsewhere. Speaking of how nice the car choice is, let's dive into them, starting with the MG Metro. Now, it's going to start off really strong casting wise with the Metro. As you can see, it's got plastic headlights. Now, this is the first time I've seen them on a Hot Wheels model, and it's a real big step up from their other premiums, as they usually use decals which tend to fade or rub very easily, or they're just never applied very well in the first place. But with them being plastic, there seems to be a lot more detail and attention gone into these models, and fingers crossed that goes for a lot of the models coming out in the future. But you quickly realise it is a Hot Wheels premium as you turn the model around, as there's not really an exhaust and the tail light decals aren't the most detailed in the world. But besides that, the paintwork is very well done. There's no fading in the decals and they're all on straight as well. You can read them all very well, and like I say, none of them fade in any place, and you can't rub them either, which has been an issue on other models that I have had. But I will say, proportionally, they haven't really got the Metro spot on. They've got it very close for a Hot Wheels casting, and you will start to understand what I mean by that, or you will understand what I mean by that if you do collect other models like Mini GT or Inno 64. We are going in order from left to right, so the trailer and the hauler is next. So starting with the hauler, you can see the paintwork is again nicely done, and the decals very nicely done, very easy to read. You can clearly see the Bilstein, you can clearly see the Brembo, and you can clearly read the Hot Wheels logo. But again, the tail lights seem to be a running theme in this video, and they let this model down again. Same as that little silver bit on the top. As you can see, I did see if it does come off, because I think it would look a lot better without it, but unfortunately it is fixed in place. They could have made that a lot more detailed in my opinion. But with the trailer next, I am very pleased with this trailer. As you can see, it comes with a little fire extinguisher attached to the side. There be it, it's not the most detailed fire extinguisher, but it's there nevertheless, so you can't really complain. And also, you can see it fits perfectly on the back of the hauler, no issues at all. And any of the cars from the set do fit on the trailer completely perfectly. Unfortunately, as you can see, Hot Wheels do run a little bit bigger than your true 164 cars, or truer 164 cars like your Mini GTs and Inno 64s. I know I compare them to Mini GTs a lot. Well, Hot Wheels premiums are compared to Mini GTs, not mainlines. But you'll see from my comparison video between them, you'll see why, as the price is very similar and the detail is completely unmatched. But besides that, getting back into the car, you can see the detail isn't bad at all on this model, and they are going in the right direction. If this was real life, this car next would probably need that trailer the most. It's the Lancia Delta. Now, starting off, you'll see that the colour is very nice. You can see it's the classic white livery, but it's got this black and orange on the side. Now, the colour combination, very nicely done. The livery, very nicely done. But unfortunately, the paint is starting to fade already on the one side. Now, I don't know if this is a quality control issue or they're just using different paint to what they've used to be using, as I have noticed it on a fair amount of premiums recently. But besides that, you can see the wheels a very nice touch for the Lancia, and the decals again very nicely done. But the tail lights again let this model down with them being not very detailed tail lights, but the headlights are more detailed than you'd expect on your standard mainline model, so that's always a plus. If you did watch the comparison between Hot Wheels and Mini GT, you'll notice that not all Hot Wheels do have wing mirrors, but 2 out of 3 of the cars in today's video do have wing mirrors, which again, very nice touch, but obviously they have the reasons like I mentioned. But these ones again, nicely detailed, but there is no decal suggesting that they are a mirror, they're just a little piece of metal protruding from the side of the car. And up next we've got the RS200. Now this model, I don't quite know how I feel with it, because the decals aren't the best and the front fog light isn't quite in place. But now don't quote me on this, I feel like these are new wheels as I've never seen them before, so the fact that they've got new wheels is obviously a plus, and they really do suit the car. They could be a lot more detailed, but it's one of them. We've got new wheels, so it's not just the same old. But again, for the other models, or like the other models, the decals aren't bad, but again, the rear of the car isn't good at all. The taillights aren't very detailed, and I know that rear taillights back in the day they didn't have too many shades to them, but it's just like someone's painted the back of a car. They're not the best at all. You can clearly read the RS200, which is a nice touch, and you can clearly see the Ford badge on the front, but I feel like they could have done a lot more with this model, as they've obviously used this casting multiple times before. So the fact that it is, or seems like it has been skimped out on the most, is a bit of a letdown, as I do feel as this one was probably the most anticipated car out of the bunch. So like I mentioned, Hot Wheels do run a little bit bigger than your truer 164 car. They are 164, but they're a tiny bit bigger than your average, and you can see that on this diorama. So I'm going to put that to the test. I'm going to put them in a rally diorama, because they're obviously not badly detailed models, so let's see how that looks. So as you can see, the cars don't look bad at all when put into a rally diorama. Obviously you can make a diorama a lot better than the one I've made here, but this was my first attempt at a diorama, so don't hate on it too much. But focusing on the cars, you can see they are very nice, and they do look very nice in the diorama. So to answer the question at the start of the video, was this a cash grab or was this a good release from Mattel? Now, in my opinion, this is a little bit of both. Now, I know that might be a bit of a cop-out answer, but in my opinion it is, as the detail and the castings are very nice, the car choice is very nice, and like I say, the castings are very nicely detailed, with the MG being nicely detailed, having the plastic headlights. Very nice touch from Mattel, and I would like to see that on a lot more models going forward. But unfortunately, where I feel it's a cash grab is the reuse of castings again, where the RS200 has now been used for a third time, where it was used in a Thrill Climb set and a Team Transporter, and now the MG Metro also being used in this diorama box set and a Team Transporter as well. So for the unoriginality, I do have to say this is a bit of a cash grab, as they have just slapped really a new livery on 2 of the cars, well really 3, as they've already got a Lancia Delta in a mainline, they've just put premium wheels, a metal base and a new livery. So in all, it is a bit of a cash grab in that sense. With all that being said, please let me know what your thoughts on this diorama is in the comments down below, and if you're getting one for your collection, because like I say, I'm definitely getting one for mine. But I am going to end the video here guys, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.